Hello, in this episode we are going to talk about what to do to encourage your cacti to bloom. And at the same time I'm going to show you what bloomed in May and what's blooming now in June, so we can see the diversity of the colors and the shapes of cacti flowers. So first of all, the first thing is to know that also flowering depends on the age of your plants. So some cacti start to bloom when they are at 1 year old, 2 years old, but some, especially columnar one, they need to be really mature to start flowering, and we are talking like maybe 20 years old, 30 or even more. So when cultivating cacti you need to have lots of patience. So the first step is to provide them with winter rest. So in the winter, when there's less light, they go into like a dormancy, if you like, or a winter rest. So what it means, we stopped watering them because there's not enough sunlight, and we were going to still watering them, they may etiolate and lose their shape and become weak, and it may lead to diseases and more pests. So we stopped watering them, and also we provide them with cooler temperatures. So for instance, if you grow them at home, put them in a cooler room, or keep them in the greenhouse or cold frame, obviously bearing in mind that there are some cacti which prefer warmer temperatures in winter, but I already made a video about different types of cacti. So if you keep them indoors, sometimes it might be hard to keep colder temperatures at house. So if you can find them a room where you can turn down or turn off even the heater, that would be great. Maybe you live in a block of flats and you've got a cold staircase and you're allowed to keep some plants over there, or maybe in cooler garage. If you can't, please bear in mind that if your room is warm in the winter, the buds may not form, so you may not have flowers. If you keep them in the house in really warm room, you may still need to water just a bit your cacti. Just observe the plant if it needs. This cactus I kept indoors but in unheated room, and look, it got buds. So I'll move that now to the greenhouse, waiting for the flowers to develop. So providing cooler temperatures to give them winter rest and not watering them, it's a crucial part of ensuring that you may have flowers next season. Another one is sunlight. As we know, cacti like sunshine, so provide as much sunlight in spring, summer as possible. So if you kept your cacti over winter in a darker place, before putting them outside, if you can, please shade them first, because they need to get accustomed again to more intensive light. And I already made a video as well about how to shade them, so please check it out. Again, if you keep them indoors, have them on the south, southwest or southeast windowsill, not really in the north facing side of the house, unless you've got grow lights. Now, what about fertilizing? First, you need to remember that you need to feed in spring, summer, not in winter when they are resting. Secondly, it needs to have more phosphorus and potassium than nitrogen, so the proper ratio needs to be observed, because nitrogen, it encourages the development of the plant, for instance leaves in houseplants, or budded green tissue of the cacti, whereas phosphorus encourages flowering. When I first started my journey with cacti, I didn't fertilize them at all, but the other two needs of a care were met. What I mean, plenty of sunlight and winter rest, and they bloomed without being fertilized in growing season. But now I realize more that obviously after winter they are a bit weaker, and to make them stronger I try to remember to feed them more kind of regularly. Obviously you don't want to overdo it, and I will make a separate video about fertilizing, so stay tuned. Another thing to remember is there are some species of cacti which are reliable and freely flowering, like Rebutia, Lobivia, Gymnocalycium, or Mammillarias. And Mammillarias even will flower in a bit warmer temperatures if you kept them indoors over the winter, I found. As an example, at my friend's house. And here I just wanted to mention why it looks, this mammillaria, a bit strange, because every year it's munched by snail and slugs, but as you can see it's really a survivor and it's flowering. One more thing, despite giving a proper care as mentioned in this video, you may still find that your plants may not flower. So they've got their own mind. Like for instance, one of my Rebutias, it bloomed every year, but this year I can't see any buds. I don't know, maybe it's putting more energy into producing more offsets because it's got quite a few pups. Anyway, generally if you follow those 2 steps, you will have abundance of flowers, which I wish you with all my heart. And also, if you've got any more tips how to encourage flowering, please comment below. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.